All right, good morning, guys. It's Melissa, just getting up here, getting ready to do some more networking. I'm trying to trying to get more light in here. Let me see. Okay, there we go. So, oh my goodness, it's not that dark in this room. There we go. I think it's the camera. I don't know. Anyways, wanted to share a story. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, so I wanted to share something. So, I've been talking about doing these classes on trauma, right, with abortion. So I was in church yesterday, and this lady comes up to me, and she's like, "Hey, she's like, you're Melissa, right?" And she's like, "I remember you from like a while ago." She's like, you were coming to like all these Bible studies when you first got to Colorado." And I'm like, yep, I was. And then my car broke down. And she's like, "Okay, because I remember you when you were like this homeschool mom with 5 sons and all this stuff. And are you still married to your husband and all this stuff you were going through?" And I'm like, "Actually, I am still going through that." And so, she goes like this. She goes, "I have some stuff for you, right?" And she goes, "I don't know if you want it, but I wanted to give this to you." And she gave me a bunch of CDs. Here's a couple. Understanding Disassociation, and just all the stuff she said she had on trauma. And I'm thinking, holy cow. I mean, I don't believe she's following me at all, because, I mean, she doesn't even usually go to that church that I go to. She goes to a different one. So, I'm like, yeah, I definitely could use those. I'm like, I am actually going to be starting courses on trauma with abortion. And I'm like, no way, wow. So she's like, "Yeah, I've had these and I wanted to pass them on." And so just one conversation, led to so much. And then and she's like, "Let's pray together." So she prayed, and she's like, "And, Father, help Melissa not to feel abandoned if she does." And that is another thing that happens with abortion. You are usually isolated. You are usually all by yourself in some way dealing with it. Even if, say, you had a boyfriend that went in the clinic with you, in that room, you are by yourself dealing with that. And feelings of abandonment are real. So she's like, help her not to believe lies. And the same thing happens with divorce. You just feel like, what the heck just happened? So, well, some divorces, not all. So that feeling of abandonment, and she's like, help her not to believe the lies. And it is so easy to believe lies, ladies, as a woman. It is so easy. And so that's why we need other people in our life. That's why we need other women and other people to be like, hey, just want to encourage you. And so when we have others in our lives, they help us to identify the lies and be like, yeah, even though my family abandoned me totally, I mean, between my mom saying, "Oh, I don't want a relationship, it's too hard," or my dad being like, "You're not my daughter," or my husband's parents starting trouble, his mother, or my husband leaving. I mean, all those are intimate relationships, right? Not to mention the abortion and the boyfriend. So, I've been posting stuff on Facebook too with different movies. And, some of these women on the movies have a major attitude. And women can be complex, but I am nothing even close to some of these women on TV who are like, let me just behave however I want. And that's just, that's what I'm going to do. And, I'm fine with that. No, there is a sense of responsibility for your behavior, etc. So, so when you have this stuff happen in your life, ladies, you don't have to take it personal. I mean, for me, it was coming out of a lot of garbage in my family with my parents and my husband's parents, and then my husband not being willing to change. And of course, the whole thing with the abortion was my mom's decision, even with my boyfriend, just getting between us even more. So she would do that with my boyfriend. She would get right between me and my boyfriends. Um, so, anyways, the point is when you come out of that stuff, don't take it personal. And I've had a friend, even up until last night, encouraging me, right? This person has been just sowing seeds of encouragement with me through this whole divorce. Like, you are an amazing person. You are incredible. You are, just little things throughout the conversations. And I noticed this person just building me, building me. And last night I said, I noticed something. And they're like, what? And I said, I notice you're building me up. And this person, all they've been doing is just building small chunks of just building me up. And so when you have people like that in your life, what they're doing is they are restoring you. God has used them to restore your honor, especially when you've had domestic abuse in your life. And my husband will be like, oh, I just pushed you. That's all. I just grabbed you. I just pushed you and threw you. That's all. No, it was much more than that. It was emotional. It was verbal. It was, calling me a bitch and all this stuff. And, this is stuff a husband's supposed to speak kindly to his wife, right? So he was just totally out of control, totally off his rocker. And so in the end, when you see this, I mean, you've got to stick up for yourself. So when you have other people who are just building into you, what they do is they restore your honor after domestic abuse, and they restore your dignity, which is extremely important. So we want people like that in our lives, ladies. So I've got to run right now, and I've got another networking event, and there's another divorce care class I am interested in taking, just to see how I'm doing with all of it and make sure that I am coming out of this extremely healthy. So I've got those things to do, and then I've got some stuff with Bible study. I've got a lot of other things coming up I'll be talking about. Stay busy, stay in community, and stay connected, ladies.